Greetings, friends. So good to be with you again. When I was first coming into ministry, by way of ridicule, Unitarianism was described as a group of people who believed in the fatherhood of God, the brotherhood of man, the neighborhood of Boston, and the progress of mankind onward and upward forever. We often sang a great hymn, Forward Through the Ages. It's to the tune of Onward Christian Soldiers, not by accident. Forward through the ages, in unbroken line, move the faithful spirits at the call divine. It was all about progress. At the church where we served for many years before coming to St. Paul, First Unitarian Church of Oakland, there is a cornerstone that was laid in 1890 when the newly Unitarian congregation, which had been born out of the independent Presbyterian Church of Oakland, laid a cornerstone for their new building. And after much debate, they chose the word truth. They were talking about the truth with a capital T. You know that truth, the one that will make you free when you know it. You will know the truth, says John, and the truth shall make you free. I think a lot about the truth these days. We have two very significant conversations going on around history and the nature of truth. There is a new team gathered that will be teaching history and providing a curriculum that will use history to help people engage in the kinds of theological depth and discourse that we ask of our people. And there is a group of people struggling, quite rightly struggling, to write the story of Unity Church from 1970 until today. A story that will address the long and complicated ministry of Roy Phillips here, and will also attempt to trace what's happened in the years when Jan and I have been your co-senior ministers. When Roy was invited back some years ago, and there was deep and heartfelt resistance to hearing him from the pulpit again, Jan and I addressed that resistance in the service that we held, having asked him not to speak. And among other things, I said, if you think that you know the truth, you don't. The truth is a tangled thicket. And that's true. The capital T truth that the Oakland Unitarians celebrated in the cornerstone in 1890 has become a very, very nuanced conversation. A conversation that begins with whose story is being told. Is it the story of the dominant culture? Is it the story of, if you will, the American idea? Or is it the story of America's original sin? And can those two stories be told together in a way that deepens our understanding not only of history, but fosters a deeper understanding of each person we encounter, each person that enters into our lives as equally deserving of God's love, of equally deserving to know themselves beloved on the earth as we are ourselves. This is the work of the church, my friends, and work which we are always having to begin again. What is the story to be told about our identity as Unitarian Universalists? For many years, the primary story that's been told is that woven tale about how impactful, how important we've been in sustaining the American idea. that our history is wrapped around the nation's history in a way that has historically been a source of pride for us. And now, we're moving beyond that single story into a far more complicated and far more respectful story that speaks to the American idea, but speaks to the American lie as well. That speaks to the glories of our intentions and speaks as well to our failings and to the racism that has been at the heart of the American experiment for so very long. Friends, I commend this struggle to you. I admire those in the church that have consciously taken on this struggle, because we shall know the truth, and the truth shall make us free. Thank you, friends.